Distinguished partners, guests, good afternoon. Welcome all of you to the themed seminar held by HKTE on Innovation and Technology Prospect, Industry Trends and Career Prospects and Cybersecurity in Hong Kong. We would like to thank Hong Kong China Network Security Association. I'm Flora, MC of today's event. Today's event will also be live streamed on HKTE's WeChat video account and linked in English. Audiences on site and online are welcome to ask questions in the final session. Senior cybersecurity expert is one of the 9 industry fields in Hong Kong talent list, one of the profession under innovation and technology. We hope to introduce the personnel needs and the development path of this industry today. So now we would like to invite Dr. Barry Wong from Hong Kong China Network Security Association to talk about the development trends and employment prospects of cybersecurity industry. Welcome. Good afternoon. I'm Barry. You can call me Barry. I'm from Hong Kong CNSA. I will quickly go through Hong Kong CSA's profile from 2023. I started the work. Actually, at that time, there was various incidents, explosion. I'm one of the volunteer in the association. At that time, we established the Hong Kong CNSA so that Hong Kong can better cope with cybersecurity. And from the screen, you can also see that in 2023, there were so many incidents happening about cybersecurity in Hong Kong. As mentioned, Hong Kong CNSA is a platform. And we have people from various industries, and we have various experts from different sectors to connect and to see how we can help build up Hong Kong's cybersecurity. And for next generation, we are also thinking about the future, no matter from Hong Kong or from mainland, how can we help the young people to learn more about cybersecurity? So Hong Kong CNSA has their branches in Hong Kong, Macau, and mainland China. We have various exchanges. I just mentioned that we have various committees. I'm one of the member of one committee. I'm the director of Talent Development and Education Committee. So I spent quite some time to connect with the university and college students in Hong Kong, telling them how to prepare themselves for the profession and the sector, and how to prepare for some qualifications and examinations. I spend most of the time to connect with the young people. So I'm very happy today to spend some time to share with you, if you are interested, what you should prepare for. As just mentioned, I'm also a volunteer in this association. I have a full-time job. I'm working in the cybersecurity sector for 25 years. There are vendors and end users in this sector. I'm working in the vendor for around 25 years already. So this is the main content of my sharing, mainly 3 parts. First is the development trends and employment prospect in this industry. And secondly, I would like to share with you the different job positions. And finally, I would like to share with you some competency requirements and pre-employment preparation. I think I cannot elaborate all within 30 minutes, but in the Q&A session, you can also ask me questions. And if you're really interested in this profession, what you should, how you should prepare yourself. First is about the development trends. Why cybersecurity is the best timing now? Because many people say that it is the best timing for entering into this industry. Starting from 2023, cybersecurity incidents in Hong Kong are exploding. And there were some research before. In 2024, the cybersecurity incidents reached 12,536 in Hong Kong. So it is really much more than before. Hong Kong police also have another research for large and smaller scale technology incidents. The number is really more, around 30,000 incidents. So you can imagine, for 1 year, 30,000 is quite a big number. So we can see that cybersecurity, as compared with 5 and 10 years ago, is another different scenario. So cybersecurity before was a simple attack, but now it's much more complicated and difficult. And now you can see the AI-generated content, and these so because of AI, the cybersecurity attack is increasing, actually soaring, and also much more complicated and challenging to cope with. And there is also some previous research that actually now there are only around 100,000 IT professionals in Hong Kong. Only 20 to 30% of them are on cybersecurity. But you can imagine, with the scale of incidents annually, every day there will be so many incidents, but we only have 20 to 30,000 professionals to cope with the security. That is far from enough. So many companies would like to hire more professionals to cope with the cybersecurity. And our clients in different job markets and the website, they're also looking for the professionals in cybersecurity. So you can also see the trend from the job market. And Hong Kong government also has a new ordinance about critical infrastructure regulation, requiring companies to execute their infrastructure in a well-rounded way, effective from January 1st next year. There were, for example, airport and electronic company. There were 8 professions in total that is under these compliance. So they are also looking for the vendors to help them better prepare themselves only within 6 months. But we only have 20,000 professionals in cybersecurity. So many companies really are eager to hire cybersecurity professionals to build up their network to comply with the new regulation of the government. And I also mentioned from 2023, because of various cybersecurity incidents, for each type of them, to cope with even one of them, it is quite demanding and challenging for one company. If there is a cybersecurity incident, if your clients, then you would feel negative about that company. So every company wants to build up their own cybersecurity protection. So they want to hire some competent people to help build up their cybersecurity competency. So the job market demand is really surging. Now, if you ask me in IT, what is the salary range in cybersecurity? I can tell you in IT, cybersecurity and the data privacy can enjoy, I think, above average and actually among the best of the salary remuneration packages. The requirements are more technical and more on soft skill side. Later I will cover on that. If you are really interested in this profession, you are really, the top talents are actually in the cybersecurity area. So we demand more people, and the capability and ability is also higher for these type of professional. And for the different job positions, actually there were many different types of them. Mainly, they fall into two categories, vendor and end users. I will spend more time on end user side, but I'm from the vendor side, actually. So if you want to know more about that side, I would talk about it later. But I would focus more on end user in my presentation. I will also explain the differences. First, what is vendor? You can see from this slide, for Hong Kong CNSA, actually, we also have a lot of members in vendor. You can some Red Hat, like Huawei, and also Apple. The mobile phone that you use are also kind of a vendor. They are helping different people and companies to do their business. So vendor is a little bit different in that we have a product to help our clients to do cybersecurity, but end user is a little bit different. They are buying the product to help protect their company and their business. But the positions in the two ends are actually similar. They have the engineer, the architect, etc. But for vendor side, they spend more time on something that you cannot see for now. They build up a product to prevent such certain problems. But end user is a little bit different. Different companies have different requirements, and they would have different demands for different types of products. So that is the difference between these two. I would talk more about end user today. Actually, personally, I think in the cybersecurity industry, it is similar to doctors. Why I use this example or simile? As I mentioned, cybersecurity's requirements are different from other industries. We need to learn more from other professions. For different positions, there are also different skills, knowledge and the skill set. It's like doctors. We have different specialized fields. Later, I will talk about the different characteristics of different job positions. If you're interested, you can find your own specialty or your own different lines of profession. I would I would jump to this slide first. So what is this page talking about? Actually, here you can find different different positions. As I mentioned, there were different different positions. On the left-hand side, there are the cybersecurity management. Some are called analysts. Some are called architects. For different positions, they need to learn very different knowledge and skills. You may ask whether you have to get a lot of certificates. No, not necessarily. I can tell you, if you can get all of the certificates, you can see you are really unbeatable. I have never seen anyone who can get all certificates in my career. But if you really are interested in certain position, how can you be the best? Then you can do this. You can follow this path. So this is the high-level idea. If you want to, you target at a certain position, then what certificates you need to get? You can find on the internet. Actually, every year there will be different certificates. You can check out the newest requirements. Let me turn back. So I also mentioned for end user side, there are also different job titles or job job positions. I cannot exhaust all of them today, but I list out all the mainstream job positions that I see in the job market. So here I would like to share with you. First is called the network security engineer. There are quite many demands on this position. Every company have their own network. You can imagine. Most of the time, cyber attack is from the network, or is targeting at the network. So the cybersecurity engineers are most commonly seen in the job markets. In the university, the graduates would work as the network security engineer. So there are many choices of them. And what is this position for? Many cyber attacks start with the network. So these engineers need to design a network to guard against as minimal cyber attacks as possible. And also these person need to think about what is the most suitable product or solutions to help the companies prevent against cybersecurity. So this is about the network security engineer's job. And on a daily routine level, he or she needs to check on the problems of the network and what should be done. For the requirements, actually, they are varied. If you have an IT bachelor degree background, it is okay, because for in bachelor learning, you will learn some basic knowledge and skill about the network security. So this is most commonly seen titles on the job market. Then, if you want to do more specific work in cybersecurity, you may start to see some positions like InfoSec engineer or cybersecurity engineer. They are similar. They are dedicated to specific security work, not on infrastructure or network. They work on very specific issues on cybersecurity. So on a daily level, they need to check out the network to see in the previous day what are if there are any problems. Maybe during the nighttime, there may be some incidents in the network. So this person need to make sure whether there is some issues coming out overnight, and then what are the newest issues in that day, because there may be some attack. He may not know in time, so he need to check from the network through monitoring. And if there are incidents and problems, how can he or she solve this problem in a very rapid way so that the routine business operation will not be affected that much? And for cybersecurity, if there are any problems, so you need to find out the problems on the site immediately and rapidly. If there are no problems, you do not have to do anything. No, not at all. You have to do the monitoring on the ongoing basis. And then if any problems arise, then you need to solve the problem immediately. And also, strategies should be designed to defend the network of the company so that the loopholes will be avoided. So it is a little bit different from network security. There are some majors in university, but some small-scale university or colleges may have a dedicated major or profession in cybersecurity. For example, in Hong Kong, UST, there is a master degree dedicated to cybersecurity not long ago. So in the university, there were very few time that you can learn specifically about cybersecurity. But on the other hand, in the job market, the requirements is quite high. So you cannot only rely on the learning from the university. You need to spend extra time to take some examination and get the qualification. So that is the difference. The third position is called the security or auditor, or compliance specialist, or data privacy professional or specialist, internal or external auditor, etc. They are focusing more on the process, which is a little bit different from the previous two. They need to learn some technical skills, but compared with the previous two positions, they have different technical skill requirements. The previous two have fewer requirements on technical skill, but for these third type, they need to focus more on the compliance issues and regulations in Hong Kong. For example, if you are a banking industry in Hong Kong, and you need various FSI regulations to follow, so they need to learn more about the regulations and what are the requirements of the regulations on cybersecurity. So if there are new regulations they need to follow and comply with, they need to understand their daily the newest regulations on a daily basis, whether the company has achieved the regulation, and if not, then he or she needs to communicate with the supervisor and their boss what is lacking and what products need to be bought or procured and to made up to follow the compliance of the government. So this is the third job position, which is also quite common in the job market. The fourth one is relatively rarely seen because it has a further higher requirements. This is the pen test engineer. What do we mean by that? It is like a hacker. Hacker is illegal, but this penetration tester is legal. Every company is afraid of hacker, right? They want to avoid any hacker attack. But how can we know? We cannot hire a hacker to check out the network, right? So they would hire these penetration test engineer to pretend as a hacker to see if there are some loopholes in the network. If there is, then they need to fill up the loophole. So there are very few market demands, and the technical requirement is much higher in terms of ability and capability, but there are fewer positions required. The requirements include the various cybersecurity technical knowledge and skills, and also different programs. They need to know everything a hacker needs to know. So the fifth one is the security consultant. It is a senior position. So if one day you already know the different knowledge and skills set for different positions, so you can be a more senior position, then that senior position would be this cybersecurity consultant. He spent most of the time on what are the risks of the companies and how can they get rid of those risks, and then how can he or she help company make the strategy on cybersecurity. And for this position, he also need to approach different business partners, like the business users who may not know about IT, but if there is problem, that would be a major issue for the company. So the cybersecurity consultant spent most of the time to inform the business users why they need the cybersecurity strategies, and then what are the benefits for the companies if they have this strategy. So they spend most of the time internally to in the company to discuss about the business strategy with different stakeholders, and what are the best strategy for the company. So these for this job position is more on the strategy side. The final one is the Chief Information Security Officer. That is the head of cybersecurity in any company. So of course, after being a security consultant, then the next level would be the CISO. It's called the CISO in the market, or a head of cybersecurity, or info security head. And many more companies would like to use the title of CISO nowadays. I spent some time to talk about the different positions in the profession. There are also various websites you can get to know more, like HKTE. On their website, they also list out different positions with the salary range of different positions. For example, if you're a network security analyst, what is the salary range? You can check out the website of HKTE. There were various positions in cybersecurity. And then, for example, I mentioned the cybersecurity analyst, and the salary, monthly salary, would be around 30 to 60,000 per month. So that is the general salary range of this position. And also, you can know more about the job responsibilities and requirements of the position. So after the session, you can know more through HKTE's website. Okay. Next, I would like to talk about the skill requirements and the pre-employment preparation, and also what I see in the job market, but what the talents are lacking. So how can we prepare for the job market? I think for cybersecurity, we need to get at least 4 areas. First area is technical skills. We start with the network, right? All the problems start with the network. So you need to know something about the network. Then, if you want to be promoted to the higher position, then you need to know more about programming. The top 3 program is Python, Java, and C or C++. Python is the most common one. I think we need to know at least some knowledge about this programming. Many university students also ask me, with AI, do I still need to learn programming? I said, definitely you still need to learn. AI is only a tool, help you to get quicker, faster, but it will not tell you whether it is right or wrong. So you have to know programming. You should not be a layman of programming. This is a must-have skill for you. And then you also need to know the attack methods of cybersecurity. I can tell you, actually, I can spend 1 or 2 days to talk about the attack methods, but at least we need to learn what are the main attack methods and what are the defense measures. And next is the certificates. I think certificates and qualifications are also very important. In university, I like to use this example. I don't know how to say play piano. It's like if you are someone who can play piano, You cannot only say that, oh, I learned piano playing and I get the Bachelor of Music in university, but you know that, do you really know about piano? Are you grade 8 or grade 7? So it's similar to IT. You cannot only say that I have the bachelor, but without any qualifications or certificates. As I mentioned, the technical skills, it's very hard to be shown to others. It is a kind of intangible. So with the certificates, you will show to them tangibly what you know. And your head manager in the interview will also ask you various questions. So you can also show through the certificates and examinations. There are so many different examinations. It's not that you will pass all examinations to enter into the profession. You need to at least know about the network and the cloud computing, as many people are talking about. So you also need to know something about cloud computing. It can also help you get a cybersecurity position. So this is also about technical. Another aspect is the soft skill. I have been in this industry for 25 years. I have seen that most of the time, soft skills are very important. Some people may not be good at it. Some people think that it is not important. So I want to talk about the soft skill. As I mentioned, in cybersecurity, if there are problems, you cannot do it alone. You need to collaborate with others. So when manager want to hire, they also emphasize on soft skills, how you communicate with others. This is very important. So first is about communication. Second is about analysis. How can you analyze the situation if there is any problems in the network? And then you also need to learn constantly. Continuous learning is very important. Some people may not do a good job on a certain aspect. As I mentioned, in cybersecurity, for most of the time, you can also see some people underperformed. And this shows that they do not understand. If they know, they would not have done that kind of thing. So if you really want to do cybersecurity, in university, I also talk to the students. Every day you have to read the newspaper. You need to know about the newest news outside of Hong Kong. What is the thing happening outside? So if there is an attack in the U.S., and Hong Kong does not have it yet, but you already know the attack in another country. Then if someday it happens in Hong Kong, you would know about it. You can better cope with it. If you know nothing, how can you deal with it? And then this attack may penetrate into your company. So I talked to many people before that continuous learning is very important. What do we mean by continuous learning? Every day you may spend 15 and 30 minutes on news headlines. If you read the news every day for a year, then after 1 year you would see the change. It is something that you cannot read in the books. I see that many people have not done a good job on that. Otherwise, they would show a very complete picture if they have done so. So finally, you need to have the bachelor degree or qualification, and then you can also enter into. You can also go for different seminars and workshops. And please expose yourself to different seminars and to learn more. And then I will go back to this page again. Actually, there were so many job titles on the market. You do not have to get all the certificates, but you need to learn, you need to know the best planning for yourself for certain position, what certificates you need, and later what certificates you need to get. So you have to plan your path. I also talk to the college students. Every year, you can set a goal of getting a certificate every year, and then in 10 years' time, you will see the changes, the big change. So from 1 to 100, you need to accumulate yourself. So actually, on the internet, you can find many cases. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Wong, for your sharing. Please get seated. Now, we also want to summarize the experience and the lessons from the sharing of the professionals. Now, we would like to invite Ms. Veronica Wong, member of Data Privacy Committee from HKCNSA, to talk about her experience in this profession. Okay, thank you. Today, I would like to share with you my personal experience in Hong Kong. I'm not a Hong Kong local. I'm from Beijing. I came to Hong Kong 15 years ago. I was not from a technical background as Dr. Wang. So how I started my data privacy journey, I would like to share with you. First, some self-introduction. I'm a member of a Data Privacy Committee of Hong Kong CNSA. I joined the association for 2 years already. I'm now in the financial service industry, in asset management. I'm the APAC data privacy lead. So I would like to share with you my personal journey to serve as a certain inspiration for you. So my journey starts from language studies to privacy, data privacy. First, I learned had an MA in language studies in Hong Kong Baptist University. My original plan is to be a teacher and going back to China to be a teacher. And then after graduation, I founded my own learning center in Shenzhen. So I had the first taste of leadership and adaptability, but because of the regulation and policy in mainland China, the learning center did not develop well. So at that time, I thought if that teaching is not my final destination, what I should do. Then I'm very fond of Hong Kong because I study here, and then I decided to see what are the talents that is in shortage in Hong Kong. Then I had a career shift, just mentioned by Dr. Wang. Over the time, during the 2 decades, Hong Kong is in desperate shortage of data privacy and cybersecurity professionals. So I did not have a full technical background, and I use data governance first because it is a big data age. So in terms of data governance, there are some demand, and they do not have a very strong technical requirements. So for data governance, it is to design the data policy for a company, the data or the data checking rules, and to do something related to data governance or AI governance. So this is my first step into data privacy. And I also entered into financial services in the investment bank to do a data governance specialist. And then after a few years, iBank is a highly regulated industry in Hong Kong. So I shifted to retail sector because I want to know more about data, because retail has a wide application of data. I went to a luxury retail, the LMVH. They have their own AI team, and you can see that the data has various applications. And then further, I understood how data governance should be deployed on an operational level, because we know that in data we have a terminology, garbage in, garbage out. So I use the data as an entry point. Actually, there are very high demand of talents in this sector. And because of my passion is still in data privacy. I do not have a law background. And so driven by the passion, I went back to the financial services sector, and then now I'm in the asset management profession. I served as a DPO of China in the retail sector. You know that in 2021, there is a personal information protection regulation in China. So this is a regulation, a new regulation. And then it is a privacy rule. It is not purely technical. You do not have a qualified lawyer to do so. So you have to accumulate your actual work experience, the certificates and qualifications, etc. So I was appointed as a DPO for China. Then I also promoted to DPO for Asia. So this is also an interesting point to share with you. If you want to work in Hong Kong in this profession, there is a very good opportunity. You do not have to limit yourself in Hong Kong. You can extend your scope to Greater China and even APAC region, because like Hong Kong and Singapore, they both serve as the headquarters for many multinational companies. So you can extend your scope outside of Greater China to the Asia-Pacific region. And even New Zealand, India, Australia, how they regulate in these areas. So that would be some suggestion for you. So this is my career path. Further, I would like to share with you the lessons for newcomers. Through my personal experience, what we can learn. First, background does not limit you. As long as you have the passion, the enthusiasm, and you really love privacy and security, I want to be a defender. For me, myself, now we are also designing the privacy training in my company. The goal for me is that our audiences and our employees will become privacy heroes. I want to be the defender and the guard of the company. So with that, you can actually elevate your goal. Second is you need to embrace the changes around you. Because my original goal is to be a teacher, I also studied English in mainland, and in Hong Kong, I also learned language studies in linguistics. And then I found that in the actual application, these major will not help me much. Language is a tool. And some people ask me, do you think that your first half of your life is wasted? I don't think so, because it helped me to build the foundation. Why I stand to Asia Pacific region? Because I have the passion for language and culture. I communicate regularly with colleagues in Japan and in South Korea. I love languages, and I'm very curious to learn about different cultures in different regions. Thirdly, is about passion. Passion matters. Your enthusiasm is very important. It can connect you to your whole career path planning. Passion will provide you with the sustainable motivation for your next 1 decade, 2 decades, or even half century. So you need to have this passion to sustain, and also curiosity. Next is use the international edge. Hong Kong's global environment is an edge, an advantage. Hong Kong can provide you with the premium international stage. I also used to work in Shanghai and Shenzhen. I feel that Hong Kong give me more exposures of international culture. Here, you can communicate with people from different countries, different backgrounds. And you can also join some association like Hong Kong CNSA. And there are so many different people from different countries and regions. So they would share with their own experience from their jurisdictions about privacy protection. Finally, is the blend cultures. Hong Kong is the best mixing port. Here, although we speak Cantonese mainly, you can also expose to people from people speaking English, Japanese, or many different languages. So understanding both Eastern and Western perspective is a superpower. The key message I want to tell you is that success in Hong Kong isn't about where you start. It's about how open you are to learning, adapting, and leading. So in my 15 years in Hong Kong, I think it has also provided me with a lot of platforms and opportunities. Hong Kong is a small place, but there are so many platforms that are rarely seen in other places. My final reflection, first, your journey may not be linear, but that's okay. Our personal planning will be multifaceted and varied, but that's okay. Just mentioned by Barry, continuous learning is very important. If you continue to learn, it is very important for your life. I also find the same for my personal life. Actually, in data privacy, there are also some licenses like IAEPP. It's from the EU. For IAPP, it has CIPP Europe and CIPP APAC, Asia, and also CIPM, various types of them, and it's also CIGP about AI. So if you're interested, you can continue to get these licenses. You may not be a qualified lawyer to do that, but for me, legal background is also important and also quite helpful and interesting. Like we have vendors and users, and for privacy, it is more on the regulation and compliance side. So for this department, knowing about the law and regulation is needed. I also are studying LLM and LLB on a part-time basis. Actually, there are many AI programs in the universities. There are also some more long-term, like a space law. So for next step, we will venture to the space. And then how the privacy matters and the security matters will be connected to the space. So these are something in the prospect, in the future, maybe in 5 or 10 years' time. And many big companies are also talking about AI engine, and many are building up the infrastructure. So maybe some positions will be replaced by AI. So with challenges, there are also opportunities. What are the opportunities? How can we manage AI or govern AI? Actually, AI governance is also the jurisdiction of the data privacy professionals. So if you're interested, you can also consider this profession. Next one is stay curious, stay bold, and stay connected. You have to connect to the people around you to see what are the latest applications of different people in different different companies, and also stay curious, continue to learn, like getting some certificates and qualifications. This is a test for your ability. Finally, Hong Kong rewards those who are ready to grow. If you are ready, you do not have to worry much. You do not have to worry, I'm not a technology background and my previous major has nothing to do with it. Do not worry about them. If you're interested If you are really want to learn something, then your career already starts. So through this sharing, I want to tell you my personal journey in Hong Kong for the last 15 years. How do I see this profession, and what do I see in the next 20 to 30 years? So next up, AI and even space law would be the promising profession in the next 2 to 3 decades. It will be very popular. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Thank you, Veronica, for your sharing. Please get seated. Through this presentation, we hope that you should know, you can know more about the challenges and opportunities of cybersecurity in Hong Kong. Now it's a Q&A session. If you want to ask questions, please you raise your hand. We will give you the microphone. Friends online are welcome to ask questions in the comment area. We will try our best to arrange answers.
现在我们再次欢迎
Let's welcome Barry and Veronica to the stage. Okay. Actually, we have received some questions from the participants. They also want to know in cybersecurity, for the theoretical knowledge and practical skills, which one is more important and why? I think both are important. Both are important. As I mentioned, theory can only tell you, the basis. But apart from that, you also need to learn more. If I'm a hiring manager, I think I will require you to have both. You cannot know anything about the theory and knowledge. Just as mentioned by Barry. Both are very important. I'm also wondering why this person has the question. He or she may worry that they have learned something about it, but they do not have the practical skill, or they have the practical skill, but they lack the theoretical knowledge. But you do not have to worry more. As I mentioned, you first have to have passion. Both sides are equally important. You can continue to accumulate your theoretical knowledge. It's not like today I get the certificate and my task is finished and then I will stop learning after I succeed in the interview. It's not like that. And in the practical application, especially in cybersecurity and data privacy, practical experience is also important. We also had a lot of communication with the info side, like the data breach or some incidents with the data breach. If for some inexperienced people, they would feel panic. They do not know how to deal with it and what is the thing behind it. And after hacking, and they may be mishandled by the employees by sharing data to the unintended receivers, for example. So both sides are equally important. Continuous learning and accumulation experience are both important. For myself, I also need to spend a lot of time on reading because you need to learn the requirements about different jurisdictions. Okay, in the next 5 to 10 years, what will be the main trend of the cybersecurity industry? Personally, I think there will be higher and more demands and requirements. I'm working in vendor. Many of my clients are also asking the same question. Because with AI, we can see that cybersecurity incidents are soaring in terms of the amount. I think AI is also invented by human. Cybersecurity attack is also made by human. So AI can only help us acting faster, but cannot prevent the problem from the root. So maybe it will accelerate the rate of attack. But in the meantime, we need to find people from different areas to make sure that there are no problems in those areas. From 2023, we see that there are more and more positions in the job markets on cybersecurity. So they need more hands to solve this problem. I think that in the next 5 to 10 years, cybersecurity industry will be quite promising. I cannot agree more with Barry. With the AI development, and if there are some incidents, if there are incidents like a deepfake, there are incidents of deepfake. I think you have all heard about deepfake. There were many incidents about deepfake. Now, so from the perspective of privacy, it's not related to AI only, because it also has made the incidents more complicated, but the rationale is the same. It is because of the lack of control or our the awareness about privacy of the personnel is not enough. So you cannot just disclose the information to some unintended person under a quite intense situation. So we have to cope with the technology development. For example, AI, we have to catch up. For talents, this is a very good opportunity. You can learn more about AI and its operation. Many people are also learning AI and LM and data analysis. I think it provides us with a very good opportunity to learn deep about AI and also this industry. So we know more about cybersecurity and also what is the biggest challenges and also the different techniques and skills of the hackers. These are all the major challenges for us. We have received an online question asking if they are not quite a professional in network security technology, but also inclined to security management. What kind of position is suitable? You do not have to worry too much. It's not like that you have to be a very capable person to do to fit the position. Most of the time, the hiring manager wants to find someone junior. They need to learn that whether they know that you may not know more about cybersecurity. I think that if you really want to be a cybersecurity engineer, you have to let the hiring manager know that you are king in this job. You really want to do it. I think the biggest problem in Hong Kong is that many people say that they want to do, but are they willing to learn about that area? If not, then they cannot get that position. I'm also a hiring manager. Sometimes you get someone back. That person may not know what you want him or her to know. You have to see, after you getting him, you give 1 or 2 years for that person to learn. They can also become someone very professional. So you have to see whether their mindset is set for learning. I think this question is quite technical. I would like to share from another perspective why we have to get all those certificates. It is a very simple entry points for you. So I'm not a qualified lawyer, and I did not have the data privacy background. you can learn, you can get those certificates. You can spend 3 months to get into the door, and then with a certificate, you will be qualified to start your career in that industry. So instead of worrying about about qualification, why not just start now? Get some examination, get the qualification, so you can really know whether you like this industry or not. I have another question. I want to ask Ms. Wong. When you moved to Hong Kong, what is your biggest challenge when you at that time? How do you overcome those challenges? Any suggestions? It's a very good question. At that time, I studied in Hong Kong, and after graduation, I stayed here. I would feel confused at that time. So I found that it is very difficult for me to get to be a teacher, and I'm not a good Cantonese speaker. I can only understand even now, but cannot speak very well. So there were so many thresholds to be a teacher. I do not know much about the professional culture in Hong Kong either. You have so many international colleagues, so what language you should speak? Even a simple matter like do I have to work OT if the boss is still here? Can I go? So I'm thinking about all those questions, and it will accumulate. And before I used to work in Beijing and Hong Kong, I found it's very different because there is some culture shock. So I think that is the biggest challenge for me. It's not about the work itself. Work is the same everywhere. It's more about the culture shock. You have to adapt yourself to them, especially for the new talents. They may have some language barrier because your colleagues are speaking Cantonese. You may not understand, and all your colleagues are talking about American football in English. Do not worry. You need to give yourself some time. And I think you may not target at integration and margin. You can only just focus on your own work. Some mainland people may feel that if I do not mingle with the others, then I cannot do a good job. It's not like that. If you do your job and then you just focus on your task, and you do not have to worry about mingling or getting along with others, do your own job well. That is the focus. Final question. Now, what is the demand? How big is the current market demand for professionals, especially in cybersecurity? I will say it is huge. Every day, I would meet different clients in Hong Kong. Every boss would ask me, do you have anyone to refer to me? Because they really have the difficulty to find the talents they want. So in cybersecurity, there's a huge demand. Definitely. Yeah, I agree. Yes, the market demand is really very high and very huge. Before I start the presentation, I also chatted with Barry. I said that many big companies, especially in the financial industry in Hong Kong, cybersecurity team is thousands in terms of scale. So with that big scale, and there were so many increasingly more incidents nowadays. And it's like doctors. There were different functions and different disciplinaries, and also that applies to cybersecurity. There are so many different specialized areas. With AI, it does not mean that your position will be replaced. It's only that there were some procedural issues. So it's only because the technology development, the demand on data privacy and cybersecurity has a higher demand and higher requirements. Okay, we would like to thank all of you for your sharing. And we have concluded the seminar and the presentation. We would like to thank Hong Kong, China CNSA. So now is the networking session, and please return your field questionnaires to us for us to design more suitable activities for you. Thank you. Bye.